Hello, everyone, and welcome to another My English School webinar. Remember, we're here to help you to continue learning English at whatever level you are at My English School. So it's very, very good to have you this evening. Yes, because it's evening. It's approximately 4 p.m. Well, afternoon, 4 p.m. Remember, evening starts around 6 p.m. So it's currently afternoon. So good afternoon to you, our viewers. Now, today we're looking at focus activity 1 to 2 opposites. But before we begin, let me introduce myself. So, my name is Andre, and I'm from a small island called Barbados in the Caribbean. And the Caribbean, of course, is a tropical place full of sunshine, full of beaches and sea. Yeah, very beautiful at this time of year. So I'm from a small island, but now I'm living in Rome. So hello to all the Romans out there. Don't forget, when you're coming into the chat, please tell me your name and which city you are from. So let's begin. So focus activity 1 to 2 opposites. Good. So opposites. What are opposites? So remember, opposites are the contrary word to another word. So for example, you've got big, and the opposite is small. So those are the opposites. Yeah, so in this focus activity, let me go back. You're looking at it is, it isn't, and adjectives. Good. So let's begin. So let's match the words to the pictures. So we've got 4 pictures on our screen, and we have 4 adjectives. We've got tall, short, beautiful, and ugly. So let's match the correct adjectives to the pictures. So let's look at the first picture. So how would you describe this picture using one of those adjectives? Remember, we've got tall, short, beautiful, and ugly. So for me, this is a very common picture of the sun setting, of a sunset, basically. So this is a picture of a sunset. Yeah, so remember a sunset. When the sun falls or the sun sets, when the sun sets below the horizon. So the sunset is the movement of the sun below the horizon. So we have in the morning, we have the sunrise in the morning, and sunset in the evening. Yeah. Remember, we've got the sunset when the sun sets below the horizon, and the verb we use is to set. So set means to decrease or to go down. Yeah. So sunset is when the sun sets below the horizon, and the sunrise happens in the morning when the sun rises above the horizon. So those are the differences between the sunset and the sunrise. Now let's look at what type of adjective we can use to describe a sunset in this first picture. So for me, I would use beautiful. Yeah, because many colors. We've got blue, we've got yellow, we've got maybe sometimes orange or reds or maybe pink. It depends on the type of sunset. But generally, sunsets are very, very beautiful. Yeah, it's a positive thing. I love sunsets. And also sunrise. A sunrise is normally beautiful too, but for me, I think the sunset is more beautiful. Good, excellent. So we've got beautiful for the sunset. Yeah. Now let's look at the second picture. So here we have maybe a little stream, not quite a river, but a stream. So remember, a stream is a small or narrow movement of water. So this is a stream, while a river is a wider body of water that moves from inland to the sea. But normally this is smaller, so maybe it's a stream. So a smaller movement of water on land is a stream, while the larger or the wider movement of water from the land to the sea is called a river. For me, I would say, let's see, ugly. So this is not the most beautiful picture. For some people, it's beautiful, yeah, but generally, it's not the most beautiful picture. It's very, how should I say, gray, and it looks as though it's rainy. It's not a very beautiful, not beautiful colors. It's very sad in a sense. So I would say ugly. So the opposite of beautiful is ugly. So you have, in this case, the positive, and then you have the negative. So those are the opposites. Now let's look at picture three. So we have some some palm trees, about 6 palm trees against the blue sky. So how would you describe these palm trees? Are the palm trees tall or are they short? What do you think? So remember, we have opposites. We have short and we have tall. So how would we describe picture three? So we have two options, tall or short. Okay, so in my opinion, these palm trees are tall, very, very tall. They've been growing for many years. So, which means picture four, which is the opposite of tall, is short. Yeah, so we've got beautiful for the sunset, many colors, it's a positive feeling. Ugly, the opposite of beautiful, meaning it's not very colorful, it's not very interesting or exciting. Then we have tall, yeah, the trees, the palm trees are tall. And then the opposite of tall is short. So this is a bonsai tree, is short, very short. Good, excellent. So we've learned two opposites. We've learned beautiful and ugly, and tall and short. So tall, short, beautiful, ugly. Excellent. Very, very good. Cool. Now let's look at some more of these opposites. So four more pictures. Now let's match the adjectives to the pictures. So we've got the first picture, but before the first picture, here are your adjectives. Big, small, fat, and thin. So let's match them up together. Can you guess what picture A is? Which adjective can describe picture A, or the first picture? Is it big? Is it small, fat, or thin? Hmm. Well, for me, I'm similar. I'm similar to this girl in the picture. And I would say she is thin. Yeah, I'm thin as well. I'm thin. My body structure is thin. Yeah. So what is the opposite of thin? So we have the opposite in the second picture. So first is thin, and the second picture, which adjective? Is it big? Is it small? Or is it fat? So we're looking at body size. Yeah. Is it thin? Yeah. Is it fat? Is it big? Or is it small? Picture B, the second picture. What do you think? Let's think about it. Dup, dup, dup. So we've got thin, and the opposite of thin is fat. Good. So people can be thin or fat. Yeah, they have a lot of weight. And normally, when we say weight, we mean the measurement, the kilos. So when someone is fat, they weigh many kilos. When someone is thin, they are less kilos. Yeah, good, excellent. So let's move on to picture three or C, whichever you want to decide. So first one, we have thin, and then the opposite in the second picture is fat. Now we've got two more adjectives left. We've got big and we've got small. So the third picture, is it big or is it small? Can you guess? I'm sure you know this one. So here in the third picture, we have an animal. This animal is called a lion. So in the third picture three is a lion. Yeah, so picture three is a lion. So normally lions are a particular size. So is it big or is it small? So if you guessed correctly, this lion is big. Excellent. So this lion in picture three is big. Yeah, it's a big size. And of course, the opposite of big for the fourth picture is small. So we have a cat. In this case, a baby cat is called, oops, a baby cat is called a kitten. Yeah, a small baby cat is called a kitten. Yeah, so we have cat, which is the adult, but the baby cat is called a kitten, and the kitten is small, usually is small. Good. So we've got the two opposites. We've got thin, fat, then big, and small. So those are the opposites in these pictures. So let's look at positive and negative. So is it small? Let's look at this picture. So the cat. The cat is third person it. Normally we use he or she in third person for people and it for animals and things. Sometimes people will use he or she for animals because, of course, animals have has a sex or gender as well. A cat or dog or animal can be a male or can be a female, so we can refer to them as he or she. But in general, we use with animals third person it. So let's look at this picture. We're asking the question, is it small? So we're asking, is this cat small? How would you answer this question? Let's see. So is it small? Yes, it is. So here we have the positive or the affirmative. We have the question, is it small? We have the verb to be, third person, it, and we have the adjective for the question. Now for the answer, we have the affirmative or positive with yes. Then we have third person, it, with the verb to be in the singular form. So with the question, we start with the verb to be, then the subject. For the answer, we start with the subject and then the verb to be. So it's changed. Yeah, it's the contrary. The question and the answer. So is it small, the cat? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's positive. The cat is small. Now let's look at this one. So, is it small? So again, we have the lion, which is third person. So is it small? How would we answer? So remember, the question starts with the verb to be, is, the third person subject, it, and then the adjective. Well, the answer is the subject, then the verb to be. Always remember, if it's positive, we use yes, and if it's negative, we use no. So let's see how we can respond. So is it small? No, it isn't. So here we have the negative. We have no, it isn't small. So the negative of the verb to be is, isn't. The full version is not. So the contraction is, isn't. So negative of the verb to be, we have is not with the contraction isn't for the negative. Yeah. So when using the negative form of the verb to be in the singular form, we use is not, but of course we shorten it to the contraction isn't. Yeah? So no, it isn't. It isn't small. So we respond now with the positive. So it isn't small, but let's see, it's big. So then we respond with the positive. So we have the negative answer, no, it isn't. And then we respond with the positive. It's big. Yeah, good. So the first picture, is it small, is the question. The answer would be affirmative. Yes, it is. The second picture, same question, but it's negative. No, it isn't. Then we respond with the positive. It's big. Good. So this is the form of the question and the response in the positive and the negative form. Excellent. Remember, with its is the contraction of it is, which is the positive. So remember the contraction of it is its. Yeah, so that is the contraction of it is. Remember, when we're having conversation, we don't use the it is really, we use the contraction it's to shorten it. Yeah. Hi, Tonio. Welcome. Where are you from? Are you from Rome? Are you from Milan? Bologna? Where are you from? But welcome to our webinar. Today we're looking at opposites. And here we're talking about positive and negative answers along with adjectives. So here, remember, we have the negative, it isn't, because it isn't small. Then we have the positive, it's big. Excellent. Okay, so let's look at is it, asking the question. So we're going to use the adjectives we learned today. We've got big, we've got small, we've got tall, short, thin, and fat. So let's ask the questions. Oh, you're from Sardinia. Welcome. Welcome. Cool. So let's ask these questions and answer them. So we're going to choose the picture, we're going to ask the question, and then we're going to respond. So I'm going to ask you a question, and then we'll respond. So let's look at the first picture. So we're going to use an adjective to ask the question, and then we're going to respond with the positive or the negative. So the first picture is she in this case because she is a person. Yeah, so we use she and not it because it refers to a thing or an animal. So in this case, is she thin? Is she thin? Remember, thin is the adjective. So we have to respond with either positive or negative. So is she thin? The answer would be yes, she is. So it's the affirmative in this case because is she thin and it's correct. So we use the positive. Yes, she is. Good. Let's look at the second picture. So let's look at using the adjective thin, the same question. So for the second picture, maybe it's a female, so we use she again. So for the second picture, is she thin? Is she thin? Maybe not. She's not thin. So we would respond, no, negative, she isn't. So we've got no, we've got the subject, which is she. Then we have the verb to be in the negative form. So is not, the contraction isn't. So we would say, no, she isn't. After the negative, we then give the positive. So, no, she isn't thin. She's, remember, subject plus the verb to be in the contraction. She is, she's fat. The opposite of thin is fat. So, no, she isn't thin. She's fat. Good. That's picture 2. Now let's look at picture 3. So we had big or small. So let's use the adjectives in the question. So let me ask you the question. Is it small? Picture 3, the lion. Is it small? And remember, we use it as the subject for animals and for things. So is it small? No. We would respond, no, the negative, it isn't. Yeah, like here. No, it isn't small. Then, of course, we reply with the positive. So, no, it isn't small, it's big, because the opposite of small is big. So, no, it isn't small, it's big, because it's a lion, and lions are big. Now let's look at picture 4. So let's ask the same question. Is it big? Is it big? Here we have a kitten, which is a baby cat, a kitten. So is it big? The answer would be no, it's negative. So no, it isn't. It isn't big. Then you respond with the positive. So no, it isn't big. It's small. So remember, the opposite of big is small. So no, it isn't big, it's small. Excellent. Let's look at the next picture. So we had beautiful and ugly as the adjectives, the opposites, beautiful or ugly. So let's look at picture 5. So remember, picture 5 is a sunset, is when the sun sets below the horizon at the end of the day. So here we have a sunset. And normally a sunset is a positive thing. So do we use beautiful or do we use ugly? In this case, we use beautiful. Yeah. So let's ask the question. A sunset is a thing. So we use third person it. So here, let me ask the question. Is it beautiful? In reference to the sunset. Is it beautiful? So, how would you answer? Is it beautiful? The answer would be, of course, in the positive. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because it's a positive thing. It's beautiful. So it's positive. Excellent, Tonio. So the lion, it isn't small, it is big. Or the contraction, it's big. It apostrophe S. Good, excellent. So the sunset, it is or it's beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful. Now let's look at the next picture. So we had beautiful, and the opposite of beautiful is ugly. So let's look at that picture. So let's ask the question, is it beautiful? Is the sixth picture beautiful? Hmm? In my opinion, no. It's the negative. So no, it's then we give the positive. So no, it isn't beautiful. It's ugly. The opposite. So we had the negative in the beginning. No, it isn't beautiful. Then we have the positive. Yes, sorry, it's ugly in this case. So here we have the opposite, beautiful and ugly. Now let's look at the last two pictures. So first one, we have trees, we have palm trees. And here we have the opposites, tall or short, the adjectives, tall or short. So the next picture with the palm trees, would you use tall or would you use short? In this case, we use tall. The palms are tall. So let me ask the question. So is it, or in this case, we have more than one palm tree. So we have to use the plural form of the verb to be, as well as changing the subject. So we have six palm trees, so they're plural. So we use the verb to be in the form of are, the plural. So the question would be, are, yes, the verb to be, they, which is the subject, plural, beautiful. Sorry, are they tall? Sorry, we're using the adjective tall. So the question would be, are they tall? They tall, because we have more than one palm tree. So we have to use the plural form of the verb to be, as well as the correct subject, they, because they're plural. So are they tall? Yeah. So how would we answer this question? Are they tall? Is it yes for the affirmative, or is it no for the negative? So are they tall? What would be your answer? Excellent, Tonio. So it is tall. So yes, it is tall, but it isn't short. Good. But remember, if you give the positive answer, you don't need to use another negative. You don't have to use the negative. So are they tall? Yeah. Are the palm trees tall? So we have to use the plural. Yes, they are. So the answer would be yes, they are. For pick number 5. Yeah. So are they tall? Yes, they are. And remember, if it's positive, we don't need the negative. Just say the positive. Yes, they are. If you wanted to ask the negative, you can ask, are they short? Then the negative answer, no, they aren't. Then we respond with the positive, they are tall. Good. So Tonio says he is short. So I am short. So you have the subject, which is I. We have the verb to be, the first person, am. And then we have the adjective, I am short. Good. So which means the last picture, sorry, is the adjective short, which is the opposite of tall. So here we will ask the question, is it tall? The last picture, is it tall? How would you respond? Positive or negative? Is it small? Now for me, it's not tall. So my response would be negative. So no, it isn't. Then respond with the positive. So no, it isn't. It's short. So that's the positive answer. No, it isn't. Negative. Then it's tall. The positive. Great. So here we have the positive and the negative. So first one is thin. The second one is fat. The third picture, big. The fourth picture, small. The fifth, beautiful. The sixth picture is ugly. The seventh is tall. And the eighth picture is short. So, Tonio says, so remember, when you respond with the answer, you always have to start with the subject, then the verb to be, then the adjective. So we would say, no, it isn't tall. So it, subject, isn't, verb to be in the negative, and then the adjective. Then for the positive answer, it is short. Always remember for the answer, we use the subject first, then the verb to be. Always remember that. Good. So this case, it isn't tall, it's short. Yeah, this is the correct form. So it isn't tall, it's short. Yeah. And remember, you have to look to find out if there's one or more than one. So for a singular object, we use it, the third person, it. But for many objects, we use they, the plural. Yeah, good. Very good, Tonio. Hope you understood. So let's move on. So we've got it is, it isn't, positive, and the negative answers. So let's look at tall or short. So we've got first picture, or we as well, Tonio. Exactly, the plural we. The plural form, the subject, we, is also plural. Let's look at tall or short. We've got the first picture, which is a giraffe, a very beautiful animal, normally found in Africa. Then we've got a penguin, which can be found in the very cold regions of the Antarctica or the Antarctica, in Antarctica. And then we have a horse here, and then we have a dog. And remember, a small dog, a baby dog, is called a puppy. So a baby dog is called a puppy. Yeah, very cute puppy there in that picture. So yes, so remember, Tonio, when you're asking a question, we start with the verb to be, is, then the subject, it, and then the adjective without the article a, no article a. So is it tall is the question, and the answer would be either negative or positive. The positive answer would be it is tall. Remember, subject first, verb to be, and then the adjective. For the negative, no, it isn't. Alrighty, so is it tall? Is the giraffe tall, Tonio? Is it tall? How would you answer? Is it positive or is it negative? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. So, is it tall? Would you say yes or would you say no? So normally giraffes can see from very far. So of course, they can either be tall or they can be short. In this case, a giraffe is tall. So we give an affirmative or positive answer. So is it tall? Yes, it is. Yeah, so we have a positive form. Yes, it is. Always remember for the question, let me repeat it again. For the question, we start with the verb to be, is, then the subject, it, and then the adjective, just tall. In the answer, it's reversed. So we have the subject, it, then we have the verb to be, is, and then the adjective. Yes, it is tall. Or just simply, yes, it is. So remember, Antonio, it's not yes, is it. It is yes, it is. Yeah, always remember the subject first. Cool. Now let's look at the second picture. So first one, yes, it is. Always remember the form, the structure. Let's look at the second picture. We've got a penguin. So is it tall? Tonio, is it tall? How would you respond? Positive or negative? Is it tall? I'll give you another couple seconds to think about it. How would you answer? Is it tall? Negative or positive answer? Normally, penguins, they can be different sizes and different heights. But generally, good, excellent. So generally, a penguin isn't tall. So no, it. Don't forget the subject. So no, it, third person, isn't. So no, it isn't. Always remember the subject. Don't forget it. So after the negative, we of course give the positive. So no, it isn't tall. So what is the positive answer? Always remember subject, then the verb to be, and then the adjective. So no, it isn't, correct, Tonio. What would be the positive answer? The positive answer would be it's short. So it is short. And remember, the contraction of it is its. It apostrophe s is the contraction, the shorter version of the two words. So here we have a positive answer. No, it isn't. Then we give the positive answer. It's short. Cool. Now let's look at the fourth picture. So let's look at the question. Good, excellent, Tony. So yes, it is short. But in this case, you don't have to use yes because we did not ask the question with short. We asked the question with tall. So after we give the negative answer, then we give a positive answer, but we don't use yes. Yeah, we just use the positive. It's short. Good. So let's look at this next picture of a horse. You have a horse. So the question is it short? Is it short? What is the answer? Is it positive or is it negative? Is it short, the horse? What would be your answer or your response? Positive or negative? So, is it short? I love horses, yeah, but I don't like to see when horses are, I don't like horse racing because I believe that horse racing is cruelty to horses. Yeah, it's like slavery for horses. I don't like horse racing. I love to see horses in their natural environment. So, Tonio, so is it short? Your answer says, no, it isn't. Excellent job. And of course, you gave the positive. It is tall. Excellent. Very good. So, no, it isn't. Remember, no. And then we give the positive. It's tall. Yeah. So remember in your first response, your first answer, you have to say yes or no. But when you give the positive answer, you have to use it without yes or no. Yeah, so no, it isn't short, it's tall. Excellent, very, very good. Now let's look at the last one. Oh, this cute little puppy. Very cute. I wish I had a cute puppy. So the question is it short? The puppy. Is it short? Is it a positive answer or a negative answer? So is it short? The puppy, the dog? How would you respond? Negative, positive, or negative? You know the answer to this one. So is it short? So the answer would be, dun, 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 yes, it is. A puppy is usually short, very short and small. Excellent, Tonio. So yes, it is short, or yes, it is. So you can give a short response, yes, it is, or the longer response, yes, it is short, or yes, it's short. Good. So excellent. Very good job. Very, very good job. So the first picture we had, is it tall? The question. And the answer was positive. We said, yes, it is. The second picture of the penguin, is it tall? No, it's a negative answer. So no, it isn't. Then we give the positive. It's short. The third picture actually, is it short? Negative again. No, it isn't. Then we give the positive. It's tall. And the last one, is it short? Of course, it's positive. So yes, it is. Excellent job, Tonio. Very, very good. I hope you guys are watching and learning as we go along. Good. So let's try this last one. We've got big and we've got small. So another opposite. Big or small? So first question. Is it big? You're welcome, Tonio. Is it big? So we have an elephant. Yeah, an elephant. So would you say it is big or is it small? So is it big? Is it positive answer or a negative answer? What would you say? The elephant, is it big? Hmm, very good question. How would you respond? So is it a couple seconds? All right, so let's look at the answer. So here it's a positive answer. So we say, yes, it is. An elephant is one of the biggest, or practically the biggest animal on land. Yeah, there are no other animals on land that are as big as an elephant. Yeah, but yes, it's big. The biggest, I think the biggest animal in the sea is the whale, is a whale. Or maybe it depends. I think there's a squid that is very, very big. It's a giant squid. But generally, on the land, the biggest animal is the elephant. So, is it big? Affirmative. Yes, it is. Let's look at the second picture. Very cute little animal. I think it's a mouse. Many people don't like mice. So remember the plural of mouse is mice. This is like a mouse. Cute little mouse. Good. So looking at the mouse, is it big? How would you answer? Negative or positive? Is it big? Hmm. What would be the answer? Positive or negative? So the answer is no, it isn't. It's a negative answer because it isn't big. No, it isn't. So then we give the positive answer. So what would be the positive answer here? So question is it big? Answer, no, it isn't. Then the positive, it's small. Yeah, so it isn't, it's small. Yeah, is the positive. Now let's look at the third picture. So is it small, Tonio? Is it small? Positive or negative answer? Is it small? The penguin, love them. They're very cute and very beautiful animals. They swim in the sea as well. They love the cold weather, love cold temperature. Yeah. So the penguin, is it small? What would be your answer? Is it small? Hmm. So what would be the answer? The answer is dum dum dum. Yes, it is. So the penguin, it's small. So we respond, yes, it's small. Or yes, it is. So let's look at the last one now. We've got, is it small? The giraffe. Is it small? Positive or negative? Is it small? Okay, so for picture 3, Tonio says it's small, of course. The last picture with the giraffe, is it small? Would it be a positive answer or a negative answer? In this case, it's negative because a giraffe isn't small. So no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Remember, we have to give the positive answer. So no, it isn't. It's big. So a giraffe is tall and it's big. Excellent, Tonio. So no, it isn't. It's big. Great. Excellent job. So remember the opposites. We've got big, small, tall, short, thin, fat, beautiful, and ugly. Yeah, those are the opposites, the opposite adjectives. Yeah. Remember, when we're asking the question using the adjective, we start with verb to be, whether it's singular form or plural form, is or are, followed by the subject, which is first person, second person, third person, second person, plural. It depends. So if we're using the third person, we would say, is it? If we're using the plural form, we use are they, and then the adjective. So always remember the verb to be, then the subject. For the answer, it's the contrary. We use subject, then the verb to be. For example, third person. It, subject, is verb to be in the third person, singular form. For the plural, we have they, which is a subject, then the plural of the verb to be are, then the adjective. They are. So remember, it depends on the person you're using, whether third person, first person, second person, it depends. So always remember for the questions, you start with the verb to be, then the subject. For the answer, the subject, then the verb to be. Great, it was fantastic teaching you in this webinar. Tonio, very well done. You learned, I'm sure you learned the differences. You've learned how to correct your errors and your mistakes. Very good job. So remember to continue learning English. And of course, continue to stay tuned to YouTube for more of our My English School webinars. Once again, I'm Andre, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Bye, Tonio.